For workshop 8, we're going to do scheduling calculations and activity network view. So for scheduling calculations, we're going to do a simple manual exercise that deals with forward pass, backward pass, as well as total float, and show how Primavera actually calculates this. Um, Number one, we're going to apply the activity network view of your schedule by clicking on activity network a tab. So we're going to click the icon up top, and you can see the activity network view. It's pretty much the WBS to the left hand side. If you click on each WBS, it shows the activities as they are. One thing that you can actually do here is you can actually go to the bottom of it, and you see as the arrow pointed, you can click and link to another activity via this, and you can see the link on. Now you should be able to tell that this is a non-driving activity, being that this is the main one pushing it, and you can tell by the dash rather than a solid line. So I'm gonna undo that. Um, just another way of looking at your schedule. If you click at the top WBS, you can see um, the entire activities within the schedule. Now, one thing you can do is use the zoom in function to zoom in just to see something specifically. You can actually also make changes here, I believe. Um, or you generally have to do it in your status tab. And then you can zoom out, or you can use zoom to best fit to put it as best as possible. Now we're going to calculate early dates, late dates, and total float for the following activities. And we're going to assume that a Monday to Friday working week is what the employees is using, and the activity is starting February 1st, 2016. So to the left top, we're going to assume that's the early start, early finish to the right, to the top of the right, the middle duration, and then to the right of the middle, total float. To the left bottom, late start, and to the right, late finish. Each of them have a duration. This is 2 days, 6 days, 4 days, 8 days. This is the calendar. Saturday and Sunday is shaded out, so they're not working on these days. So when calculating the durations, you're going to skip over the weekend. So general for the forward pass, we're going to start with February 1st, and we're going to go directly to the answer. I would still like for you guys to work on this and see if you can get the same solution. The chapter for this workshop actually goes into better detail of it. So again, guys, I want you to remember that if you go through the chapter, you can learn a whole lot more than you are learning within the workshops. But the workshops will get you to an intermediate level, and going through the manual will actually get you pretty good with this, and you will learn a whole lot more. Um, for early finish, for the forward pass, the equation is early finish equals early start plus duration minus 1. So let's say we're starting with February 1st, a Monday. 2 day duration will give us 1, 2, making it February 2nd. If you were to make use of the actual equation, that will be 1 plus the duration, so that would be plus 2 plus 3, puts us at 3, minus 1 takes us back to 2. But logically, you can tell that 6 days you're starting from the day that you started and just go another extra one. With this ending at February 2nd, these two activities are running in parallel. One is longer than the other, but both are starting February 3rd, which is right after February 2nd. With the 6 day duration, that puts this at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, put at February 10th. And with an 8 day duration, 6, 7, 8, put this as the 12th. Now, this last activity is dependent on both. Being that this is a shorter activity, it's going to have some kind of flow in it, and it's not going to be the main driver for this activity. So that means this activity will be very dependent on this, but on the bottom one. But if this happens to shift out more, most likely it will still be an effect on the next activity. So being that this one ended on a later date, this activity isn't going to start until this has been completed. So 12, meaning it starts on the 15th, 4 day duration, 1, 2, 3, 4, puts us at the 18th. Now for the backward pass, that's going to be late start equals. So we're trying to find out our late start, and we're starting from the end going forward. that's going to be the late finish minus duration plus 1. So what we're going to do here is start with the same February 18th, and we're going to do the 4 days going backwards. 18, 1, 2, 3, 4 puts us at the 15th. Same thing, but this is where it gets tricky. Both of them are going to start on the 12th, as you can see at the bottom, and then same for this. And with an 8-day duration, this puts us at the 3rd. But with a 6-day duration, this puts us at the 5th, going backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you should already be able to tell that there's some kind of float in here. How many days, we're going to find out. And then being that this activity is finishing, and is based on whenever this one starts early. So we're going to use the second, being that it's the main driver, and the second, and then calculate 2-day duration, puts us back at the first. Now to calculate the total float, it's going to be the late start minus early start. Second minus second is 0. Here, 12th minus the 10th gives us 2 days worth of float. Same, 12 minus 12 gives us 0. 18 minus 18 gives us 0. And you can see how this works with the chart below. This is the first activity. That's the first activity. And these are the 2 activities moving in parallel. The top bar is the early dates. The one below is the late date. So you can see how they worked going forward to this, and then coming backwards, how everything was set.